bit. Mike, how you doing, man? What's going on a Friday night?
Oh man, just trying to stay inside and stay warm because I finally made it out today. I actually yesterday tried to get out, and my car just rocked back and forth and was going nowhere.
Gotcha.
So I got a shovel from a neighbor, dug all around my car, dug the ice out from under some of my tires, and I got out today and went to work for all of 5 hours.
Really?
So there you go. Yeah.
That's crazy. So did you decide at the 5 hour mark, I'm out of here, I'm done, or did your office shut down early? What was it?
That was a scheduled time today. Was 10 to 3.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would have been able to muster. Back to basics. Thank you for the Appreciate You award. I don't know if I would have been able to muster up enough energy for a 5 hour day.
That was cool with me. I was glad to get out of the house for a little bit. So I was cool. The thing was with me, once I got going, I kind of pulled out, I had to rock it a little bit, and then boom, I was over that first hurdle, got it out. Then once I got towards the front of my neighborhood, I started slipping a little bit with my tires, but made it up out of there, had enough traction. So, I was good. And, thank God for pretty brand new tires.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, definitely thank God for that. I mean, so it's like, depending on where you were or where you geographically located is how you were hit by these various storms. Believe it or not, the Northeast, we got hit, but not nowhere. I mean, I think you guys down south got hit worse than us. Of course, the stuff in Texas, but that goes without saying. But
right. I'll tell you that we got roughly about 5 inches here, which that's very abnormal for here. Usually, we get about a couple inches, 2 to 4 or something like that. But 2 inches would be the most we get. But nah, we got ice, then snow, then ice and snow, basically. So it's almost like it was a cake
right.
of ice and snow. So,
but it was a heavy.
Yeah.
It was a heavy 5 inches because it was like matted down.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Those are the worst.
Indeed, that it. Yeah. Well, it was fun for my daughter. I took her sledding one day, so yeah, she enjoyed that. Didn't want me to help her at all. Like, I got this. I'm like, okay.
Oh man!
Just go down the hill and take some pictures and just go down the hill and take some pictures and some video of me. That's basically what I got.
and then back to the house for some cocoa and take off those wet socks and call it a day.
Nah.
But
yeah, I went back to the house for dinner. That's about it.
Oh man! So tell me about this.
Yep.
Being a journalist, being a dad also, like how do you schedule your balance? How do you set your balance up? Because let's say when pre-COVID, let's talk about pre-COVID, when you would have to go physically cover games. Mm-hmm. How would you spend that time versus, being head of household, being dad? How would your day, basically give me a breakdown of your day on a game day?
Okay. Well, I'm going to give you a breakdown of it during basketball season, because basketball season is probably the busiest of times. Okay, of course, before the week starts, I kind of check out the schedule. I let my wife know, hey, I got this game on this day, this game on that day. And by game, I'm talking about I'm going to be out there to probably like 10 o'clock because there's a women's game first and men's game, because I cover the OVC with Tennessee State basketball.
Okay.
So the men's game, there's a women's game, and there's going to be a men's game. So that means I'm probably not getting home on Thursday night till like 11 o'clock. So I could leave, go to work that day, leave work, go to Tennessee State, cover 2 games, and then be home. So I'll probably leave, I'd say now, see, I got to be at work, 9 o'clock, get off 5, head straight over there, cover 2 games, then be home by 11 o'clock. And that doesn't even include finishing up stories. So,
right.
Yeah. So, yeah. So
because
pretty
there's
much,
always
and then that's not even include the pregame presser, the postgame presser too. The postgame presser, I'm in there asking questions, and then after that, and then of course I post that. I try to post that before I leave the actual arena, and then when I'm coming home, either I do a postgame or wrap up or anything like that, or do I just wrap up both games in one, or just do one for the Saturday games. So, yeah, that's how it kind of works out. And, it's all about having communication and things like that. The good thing is for Tennessee State, their games usually are on Thursday and on Saturday. So, I have Thursday, then I get, come home, rest on Friday, and then Saturday game is at like 3 or 5 and then 7. So I'm home at about 10 o'clock or so that night too. And it's also got to factor in, I'm toting my computer with me.
Right.
I've got my portable charger at times. I've got all this stuff with me. Thank God for a computer bag. So,
right.
Yeah.
So when you're at a specific game, and this is for the people that are novice, who's doing the camera work for you? Are you using a selfie stick to do the camera work, or do you also come equipped with a camera person? Do
you mean in terms of taking pictures of the game, or you mean in terms of the
if you're doing, let's just say if you had to do like a live feed or something like that, or you just had to do a quick hit with someone, how is that stuff being recorded?
Well, thank goodness I really haven't had to do a lot of quick hits yet. However, I do have the stuff to do so now.
Okay.
Have me a nice ring light, stuff like that. I can actually pop it up, boom, boom, and be ready. Also, I bought some equipment from a journalist friend that actually I can use to kind of pop up and get everything done. Put my camera in, put my my phone in that, kind of control it while I'm talking to him, and then I'm done.
Okay.
So, only thing I'm missing is a mic right now. But other than that, you're pretty close to it anyway, so you really don't need one as much.
So when you're actually doing an interview, it's primarily audio?
No, I would say I do video of them. A lot of times in the post game, I'm just literally, it's literally just me, my phone, and my questions, and that's it. So I'm literally holding my phone while I'm asking the questions. So I have my phone with me. The questions are already written out that I want to ask, and I've got those. I kind of try to memorize them, because one thing I noticed I did first when I first started doing it, I would look down at the question, and when I did that, I'd bring the phone down too. So what I did was I started trying to memorize the questions, so that way I wouldn't look down, the camera would stay up, and it'd be a good view for everyone so they could get the post-game presser on my feed.
Gotcha.
So I learned a few things. I've literally, people will ask me about different things, but literally a lot of the things I've learned in media has all been me learning them on my own. Not me learning them as in paying attention to people doing different things and kind of picking up different things along the way. Because, technically I didn't go to school for journalism. I just started working and creating and paying attention and taking notes from people that were around me, and started adding little different things to my game as I kept going. And that's how I became who I am.
Okay. Gotcha. So for other upcoming journalists, what would you suggest for them? They've gone to J school and now they're out. Should they should they have already hooked up with a mentor to go through the process, or like does that stuff even exist?
Oh, mentors definitely exist. You know, I would say I've had plenty of people that have poured into me and given me advice. One guy's Mr. Bill Roden. I've talked to him a couple different times, and
Gotcha.
of course, he's going to give me some advice, and he's going to give me a swift kick in the behind at the same
Right.
as well. To say,
Yeah.
hey, you need to get that done, and then, hey, here's what you need to do. So that's what usually happens there. You know, and yeah, you know, at that point, you more than likely are going to come across somebody that's going to be a mentor
Okay.
as you're in school and things like that. And always the one thing that I tell plenty of people in any type of business, doesn't even matter if you're a journalist or whatever you're doing, don't be afraid of the word no, because
Right.
you're going to hear it. In any
Right.
business you're in, you're going to hear it. So if you're afraid of the word no, that means you're afraid to ask somebody a question or ask somebody about helping you or interview or anything like that. You gotta quit being afraid of the word no. Step out there, put yourself out there. That's the worst that can happen is somebody tell you no. That's it.
So, Mike, tell me this much. We're talking with Mike Patton. So, Mike, which sport do you enjoy covering the best?
Let's see. Honestly, you know, I like covering football.
Okay.
Probably the most. You know, I love covering basketball too. Don't get me wrong, but you know, football I played all the way through college, so you
Gotcha.
know, I definitely can understand a cover two, cover three,
Yeah.
quarters defense, who's coming from where, what angles, those type of things. I can pretty much tell you any position on the field, what they're doing, what kind of coverage they're playing, all those type of things. Literally, sometimes can tell you the exact play that's coming next. So, you know, that's my wheelhouse, I would say right there. But it isn't like I don't know basketball, because I know that a lot as well. I played that all my life until, you know, going to college as well.
So, I mean, so tell me about, I know you do a show on HAPS, and I know you have a podcast. And so tell me how you got to this point, because I guess one question I have that I hear a lot here on HAPS is, hey, I used to do this on Periscope, and Periscope is going away. And I hear a lot of people hem and haw about Periscope and everything else like that. Were you a consumer of Periscope, or were you basically doing an audio podcast? Because I know for me, HAPS is new.
Honestly, honestly, I've been always more of a writer, to be honest. When I started coming to HAPS, I kind of, you know, stepped out of my shell a little bit more, put myself more in front of the camera, kind of tried something new, different. You know, at one point in time, I did actually write or script the show for a radio station. So I took kind of those skills that I kind of worked on and developed, brought it to HAPS, scripted out a show, and kind of was like, okay, cool, let's rock with this. Let's see something new and different and make that happen. But, just over my time writing, over my time, I've just been primarily more of a writer and not necessarily more of a podcast or a broadcast type person, even though I can do those things. It's just, it hadn't stuck with me until I'd say more now, I would say.
Oh, okay. Because I would tell you, I was like just the opposite, where I was a podcaster, and that's how I got to meet Danny and a ton of other people, and really primarily audio. And then when we got pushed over to video, and kind of like, you know, we knew that was like the next step in the evolution. We would do YouTube once in a while, but it would be, you know, controlled. It would never be live like this. It would be like, okay, let's record this and then let's release it. But
Right.
this is totally just brand new to me. I mean, just not only with the platform, but also just video in general.
Right. I mean, it's definitely an adjustment. And to me, you know, I've been told a few different things about myself. Now, whether do I believe them or not, that's a total different subject. But, you know, stepping in front of the camera was definitely something new for me. Not necessarily something I was completely comfortable.
There we go. Oh man, sorry guys, sorry about that. I hit the restart graphic server. You know, that's kind of like your break glass if there's an emergency in the lower left-hand corner of the settings option. That's what I usually hit. But I will tell you this much, and Randy, thank you so much for jumping in here and being supportive and everything else like that. Some of the questions I had for Mike, and Mike might also have for you, is you were a periscoper. You were a scoper, right? For like a couple of years?
Personally?
Yes.
Oh, I've been on Twitter for like, I don't know, since Twitter started.
Okay.
Then I did Periscope. I have a YouTube. I have a Twitch. I have like 9 channels that I've managed to keep active.
Okay. So, I mean, I hear a lot of times, because I was just watching Space Girls session with you and then with Yassine, and I was like, these guys have been on Periscope and everything else for forever. Myself, I was just an audio podcaster, and kind of,
we've been broadcasting when it first started, you know, and people go for a few years. They go around different channels, and they come back. But the whole deal is a community of people we've all known. We roam around together.
Gotcha.
I think there's like 1,000 of us who know each other for 5+ years.
Gotcha.
So,
wow.
So my question for you is, some of the hiccups that some of us newbies are experiencing here, you guys already went through that with Periscope?
Not this bad. This is extreme, to be honest.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah,
That's
this
fair.
is extreme. We went through some issues, but not this badly. They're pretty tough, but it'll be all right. They didn't have much features back then when they started, you got to remember.
Right.
There wasn't any features, so you can't really compare it. When
Right.
you had one feature, say hi and you're on video, how do you compare that with anything, you know? We didn't have any features. It's just, hi, I'm here.
No, that's right. That's right.
This is an actual broadcast studio, so I understand the trials and error, and I'm sure it'll work out.
I will say, and I would say out of all of them, I speak with Peter the most. And I'll say, I love the product. Don't run into half the problems that I run into here that I have on StreamYard. You know, because
I'm the opposite. I'm a pro, and I have a pro account on StreamYard, and I have never had a problem.
Yeah, no, excuse me. You know what? I was explaining it. I explained it incorrectly. Never have a problem on StreamYard. It's just like, boom, fire it up and go.
Yeah, that's like stable for me.
You know, but the one thing, because I've sat in and I've tried to help, a few people because I got tech in my background. I think, Randy, the one thing to communicate with some of these people is a lot of this is the broadband. This thing is a hog.
Yeah, we put it
in.
I'm a communication security developer, and I work inside of a major company. We hooked it up to our data plan and started broadcasting on our data meters.
Yes.
We used 8 gigabyte in 2 hours. That's
there you go.
So that's the problem everyone's having.
That's the problem.
Every issue here is they're not addressing the proper issue is with 4 gigabytes per hour is unfreaking believable.
Yes.
Nobody has a data plan on their phone that supports that.
No.
That's why you got to be at a home network with an Ethernet cable plugged in.
Yes.
Everybody else, you're going to be suffering, man. It's just the way it is.
That's just the way. I'm glad to have this conversation because, I have a gig connection here, and I tried the mobile app because I see you guys using the mobile app, and I'm like, you guys are great. I said, really courageous. I said,
it's a prayer if it works. So it just, what they're doing, they've got the broadcast studio. They've got the software. They're tweaking all the features. And once they get past all of that, then they can go back in and make it where it's not so bandwidth. It's not such a data hole.
Right.
John Powell, hello from Regina.
Anyway,
Regina? They'll work on it. They'll get it. But right now, it's kind of a trip, man.
Yeah.
So they have to lose the mobile streamers. Yeah, they can't. Mobile streamers are suffering a lot. Their experience is not that great.
Yeah, I mean, the one good thing is in the upper left-hand corner of your screen where it says beta. That's the saving grace. I mean,
but my wife was that way, but we adapted. Anyway, we'll go back to that later. Sorry about that, Ted. Sorry, Mike. Didn't need to go that route.
Oh, boy.
And my wife, honey, if you're listening, you know it's only humor.
Right. So, I will say this much. Mike, you introduced Danny to Haps. Danny introduced me to Haps, so I should say thank you to you.
What's happening, Fortnite fan? How are you?
Helping to pave the way.
Well, I got to say, Brian Waters is the person that hipped me to it, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. He said, yeah, let me introduce you to a couple people. Okay,
but
cool.
we are in beta,
I'm on here.
Yeah, John Powell, I hear you. Sorry to talk about that, Mike. I was looking at the comment.
Yep, but we're in beta.
Oh, that's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, it's just some of the
bringing sports talk to this. So that's my thing, I guess I should say, my sports talk. But I do talk about other things, of course. But I haven't even. The amazing part about this whole thing, I haven't even gotten to talking about my short story work.
Right, you never
of that nature yet. So.
I joined your stream the other day, and you were intimating about the short stories that you do, but you never even got to it.
Yeah, I know. I'll get to it one of these days, but I guess I'm trying to get my show going with the talking about the AFC South, which of course I've got another interview coming next week, and then another interview coming the week after. So got to talk a little Jacksonville Jaguars and a little Deshaun Watson in a couple weeks. So
I love
you. By the way,
I'll get to
Ted,
it.
I think we had like 250 people came and ran away. I think crazy. we lost them on the whole dead start there.
Yeah, I know, Randy.
Yeah, we lost a big rush of people that creates the rhythm that gets you 1,000 people out of it.
They came in and then they said, "Oh, you know what? I'm not sure what's going on here. I'm out."
Yeah. So we lost the rush that creates the volume.
Can somebody tell me what that algorithm is to get that many people?
Andy, tell us about
Well, let me explain it to him, Ted. I've been broadcasting years, and we have a community of people you develop. And once you go other places, your community follows you. It doesn't happen by accident unless, of course, you're half naked smoking dope, then you're a female. And those kind of get a lot of people in,
Oh, man.
If you're half naked smoking a blunt and just playing with, what I mean, those people get like a rush of people.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Boy.
Maybe buy a costume, man. Go for it. It's a new world.
So, Randy, how was it making your trip back to Saudi Arabia?
That was pretty easy. The only problem is airports and all these are headaches to travel in now,
Yeah, I was following your journey a little bit. I said, phew. That's something. How many COVID tests did you have to take?
I've had 8 tests so far. The back of my nostril is raw. They done stuck that, jabbed me in the back of a nostril so many times. Actually, it was bruised the last test. It's like, man, I can't do this no more. You can't be stagging that long wooden Q-tip fiber thing in the back of your sinus thing every day. It's like terrible.
Yeah, that's a little.
Now everybody's touching their nose.
I'm kind of looking squeamish over here. Like, ooh.
I have yet to take a COVID test. Yeah,
you're lucky. When you travel, it's mandatory. They won't let you on a plane.
I think Mike may know. And I think I was telling you, Randy, I finally got my second shot this week.
Congratulations. You're almost Superman now.
I'm like, I don't even know at this point if they would. I mean, they probably still would give me a COVID test, even with the vaccine, probably. I mean, I don't even know.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I know all the countries
will.
are debating about getting a little book that you have, like a green card that says you've already had the vaccine, I think.
Yeah.
This is a debate going on worldwide now, how to handle that, how to give you and me anywhere in the world, a card showing that, yeah, we've done that.
Right. That's. I guess that's the next thing they're going to fight over. The politicians will fight over, and they will politicize it. And then
if I hear one more political fight, I'm going to drive my own car over my own head. Oh yeah, these people and this nonsense. I've had about enough.
It's painful.
It's more than painful. I'm not left and I'm not right. But when that Rush Limbaugh dude died, and then people started tweeting out nasty comments for the poor dude who died, give me a break, man. Doesn't matter what you think. That was a human being who passed away. Show some holy reverence. That was shocking to me.
Listen.
I cannot believe that our fiber of our community is falling this hard.
Well, I'm going to say this about, anything that happened. What I always was told to me, if you don't have anything nice to say, you don't say anything at all.
Exactly.
So I didn't say anything at all. I left it all alone because I'm like, I know I don't have anything nice to say. So I'm like, yeah, let me leave it alone.
Yeah, but somebody dead with their family. I don't care if we hated him. It's not like he was a serial killer where you want him dead. This dude was just a opinionated person.
I get it there, but I can't necessarily say he's just an opinionated person because there's a lot going on with that man, and I'm not going.
Yeah, I never heard any of his shows. I just remember his name. I actually don't think I've ever heard a show from him. So,
Randy, let me tell you this much: you're in the best position because being outside of the U.S., you get to skirt around a lot of this crap that we hear all day long. Whenever we turn on the TV or the radio or you pull up a internet feed, this is all you hear all day.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Yeah, don't tarnish the family name, Eugene. Exactly, man. Give this guy his kids and wife a break. Anyway, at the end of the day, I know his show. I don't think I've ever watched it, so. But
yeah,
still,
I never watched it either. I never listened to his show. I never watched it.
I think he's before our age group.
I had I'll tell you this. I had I would say I used to my previous employer, I just happened to have somebody there that particularly listened to him and would tell us about him all the time.
Okay.
And I'm like,
oh really?
Oh my goodness.
So you got tortured with it.
I've got to go to my office now. You can have it up here. I'll go to my office.
Gotcha.
That's what I used to say. I'm like, man, you go sit in my office. So that's why I'm like, look, I don't have anything good to say, so I'm not just going to say.
Yeah, you're going to keep the comments to yourself. You're going to keep it to yourself.
I'm just like, I have nothing good to say, so I'll just leave it all alone.
Oh man. So, Randy, when was the last time you were in the States?
I don't think I've been back in 7-8 years or something.
Wow.
The first time I left for 9 or 10 years and then came back. I live on Earth. I just happen to be an American. It does, I love my country. I'm a patriot. I'm a nationalist. But man, this is a big planet God made for everybody. I don't need to, I don't need to stay in the U.S. I don't need to stay at a certain place. The world's big, and I want to see it and be a part of it. Our talk show is still trending. I don't know what's trending. I turned my TV off 5 years ago. I have no idea what's going on. If somebody don't tell me, I don't know. I only see it on either Twitter or Google. Other than that, I don't know what's up.
You guys, I hope you guys don't laugh at me. And like when I do work from home, I watch Yahoo Finance.
Yeah, my son's into that too. That's his favorite program. Yeah.
I watch Yahoo Finance. That way I can stay away from the CNN, and I can stay away from the Fox, and I can stay away from the MSNBC, and I could pull it up, because when you got that stuff going 24/7, it's depressing.
So you've been getting all financed out for the past COVID thing, huh?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I've been spocking on my neighbor's new wife. I got to quit.
I just been listening to podcasts all day, to be honest.
Yeah, you do?
The same
that's what I've been doing pretty much.
John Powell said he turned off the news like 20 years ago. John, smart move.
Yeah, I'm out of it too.
Smart move.
Nah, I just listened to a lot of podcasts today. I probably listened to the most podcasts today I've ever listened to in one day.
You know what? There's one from Stanford University called Entrepreneurial Thought Leaders.
Okay.
And it's a podcast from Stanford.
Okay.
And it's all these guys who've started everything in the world. And it's great how everything, and you listen to all of them, and it was all pure accidents. Every successful, unbelievable person walked into an accident and became successful. What's up, Hasnain here from Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur? Hello, Mr. Hasnain.
I will tell you this much. I miss listening to podcasts because I used to do it when I used to take the train to go to work. So I would schedule the podcasts and listen to them and commute to work every day. And that stopped 12 months ago. No, not yet. Like 11 months ago it stopped.
Mike, what are you listening to on the podcast?
Well, I listen to a few different things. I listen to a lot of my journalist friends that have their own podcasts, like my guy Brian Waters. He has Breaking Through Glass Ceilings. I listen to that literally every week. Let's see. I actually watch one on YouTube every week, which is Emergency Awesome, because I'm in the WandaVision right now. So
Emergency Awesome. I watched that. I watched that on YouTube.
Yes. I watch that, and he gives me all that. So basically, after I watch WandaVision, I go to watch Emergency Awesome. So that way I can, things I might have missed on WandaVision, I can catch all of those things I missed, and they can break it down to me at a level I can catch all of them.
Oh, that's a good deal. That's nice.
Yeah, so if you watch like Marvel shows or DC Comics or anything like that, it basically, those shows break down everything to you. And it's like, could be 15 minutes, could be 20 minutes. Just, it breaks down every little Easter egg or thing that you may have missed in the whole show or in a trailer or anything, or in a movie or anything like that too.
All right, that's good stuff.
And I would say I do listen to Jamel. I listen to Jamel Hill too. So I listen to Jamel Hill. I listen to I listen to a couple of my friends in the journalist realm, which is Vashti Hurt and Sheena. Quick, listen to their podcast. Goodness gracious! Now I just listened to the last one, and now the name escapes me. Let's talk about Carolina Panthers football. Golly, I listen to a lot of different podcasts. I must say I do, and
you sound a little bit addicted, my friend.
Yeah,
no, I just
named every podcast in the United States.
No, I just listen to them as as I'm getting ready for work, or if I'm riding to work, I listen to one, or riding home, or if I'm doing something around the house, I either listen to that or music. A lot of times I listen to some Toby and the Leeway. I don't know if you know who that is, Ted, but Danny will tell you. I probably know every
on NBC.
Done. What's that?
Did he used to be on NBC?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. Toby is an independent. He's an independent rapper out of Houston. Has his own setup.
Somebody needs a support group, John said.
Nah, I don't need a support group. I think I'm good. But, when I'm not listening to those type of things, I know. But,
Hey,
obviously, if I'm not listening to that, then I'm writing while I'm listening to the music or something of that nature too. So
this is for
music
Eugene.
or noise or something's always going.
This is for Eugene. Eugene, I used to watch CNBC. I used to watch CNBC before I just totally transitioned to Yahoo Finance. But CNBC has
turned off all that and went to Yahoo Finance also. He likes it the best.
Yes. And so question for you, Mike. What's your ideal podcast? The length. Is it 20 minutes, 30 minutes, or can you sit through? You have enough time to sit through like a 50-minute one?
I'm a 10-minute guy.
But it would be it would depend on traffic, honestly, if I can sit through a whole 50-minute one. But if I'm just sitting at the house, I'm doing things at the house and listen to a podcast, I could listen to a whole about 45 minutes, 50 minutes.
Okay.
And have no problems listening to that.
Gotcha. Same here. I ran about 38 to 45, and because so one of the podcasts I listen to is PTI, which is pardon the interruption,
right.
And it's a 20-minute podcast, and it's great, and it's light, and it's humorous, and it's like that's great. Sporticast I listen to by they're the people that used to be on the Business of Sports podcast on Bloomberg. They do a great podcast, and it's about 20 to 22 minutes. Each of them is about. They don't go much longer than that, and it's just like quick, fast. Here's your news. Here's what's happening, and if you got any additional information, go to the website.
Well, I like this little concept you got going here, late night parents. That's pretty good.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, I think that'll grow into something, You need to just hook the right people and keep it up,
Yes.
When I first started broadcasting, I'd sit in a room damn near alone for days. Maybe a couple people would show, and then a couple more, and then a couple more. Jonathan Brooks, what's up? How are you today? So it would take a while, but everybody I talked to started out the same way. Right. 2 people in a room or talking to yourself and it just catches on, It grows as it goes.
I think it's just helpful. The really huge plus that I see here, because like I said, I wasn't a scoper. The community here, very helpful, very nice.
What's happening right here? So far, 368 people. You ain't going to see that on any other app.
No.
You're doing it right now.
You're not.
And the replays here are going to be another 1,000. So if it wasn't for the community, you wouldn't get these numbers on YouTube. Take you 2 years to get started.
Randy, I got to tell you, and this is going to be a question for Peter and also a question for Mike. The plays I get live are great, but the archives, oh my goodness! I go back to the show and it's like 400 or 500 other people have at least clicked on it and watched it for 30 seconds. It's like incredible.
Yeah, a lot of people just like to watch stuff later. They can't be here at this time, but they want to check it out. And listen, I know probably hundreds of people that watch replays, and that's their only deal. And they'll send me messages, sorry, I'd like to watch the replays. I'm usually busy. I get those messages daily from people. What's up, Mr. Happy from Pakistan? Salam, hala. I seen your video last night. Nice video. Looking good out there.
So, Randy, you got an international following. I will tell you that much.
Yeah, everywhere on the planet I know somebody. We had a great guys from Cameroon, and I don't know what happened. Maybe during COVID, their internet got disconnected. We had some funny guys. Some days I have South America. Other days it was Africa, then the UK, depending on the timing. And the guys in Cameroon, I don't know if their internet went down or what happened, but I haven't had them on in a while. They were hilarious guys. They used to work here with us in Saudi. Just Fun guys, man. They could crack me up.
Wow.
We had a good broadcast with those guys. They're the only ones that kind of fell off the chart since COVID started.
Gotcha.
Hmm.
Gotcha.
And
So,
the Philippines was dead for a while. Then I guess they're back alive again.
question. How many, I mean, like, what are the rest of the, I mean, because Periscope is like, what, 10 million users? Like, where else are these guys going? Are they going straight to Twitch?
Well, no. See, Periscope is a nonsense. There may be 10 million accounts, but 1 million users.
Right.
Because there's so many troll
Right.
accounts. Some people have 50 damn accounts, you know. So there ain't that many users on Periscope. They only paid $40 million for the app. It wasn't that valuable.
Gotcha.
Okay. $40 million for an app with that many people. They They couldn't prove it. So they got a bargain basement deal. And they're sucking up their software. That's it.
It's usually like, hey, I'm going to take the best features and I'm going to throw this into Twitter Live and then
they did it with Vine. They bought, Twitter bought Vine and closed that thing down in a heartbeat.
Quick. It got closed down quick.
They paid double for Vine, but they got a bargain deal on Periscope.
I remember seeing it said 10 million users, but 1 million or 1.5 active. And I was just like, okay. I said, that's wordplay right there.
Odd numbers.
Man, that's all. No. I've been on Periscope 5 years. There ain't never been no million people there.
So it's go here and or die or go to restream it or go to StreamYard. I don't see any other options.
Twitter Live is all you do. Twitter Live works great.
Right. Okay.
StreamYard is my favorite fallback every time.
Yeah. It's
StreamYard is the solid, man. It's the
solid.
best.
It really, don't get me wrong. I mean, all the Habs folks, if you're listening or watching this on a replay, we love the app. StreamYard is solid. And I'm sure this will get to where StreamYard is.
StreamYard is just unbelievable. It's better than YouTube.
Yes.
YouTube, the comments are hiccupy, man. You can't figure out what's up. StreamYard, no, man. It's happening big time.
Oh, man.
Jeez.
I don't know.
I took their pro account. I paid monthly for it. It's so nice.
Oh. And
dunk, man.
The other thing was, have you ever done any, have you ever aired any recorded like footage on here? Like, have you ever done like an interview and like kind of mixed it into your live stream?
I tried that, and then I went down and came back on, and my video disappeared. I spent an hour uploading a 1.5 gigabyte video, and then when I refreshed, it's not even there anymore.
Somebody on here does that.
I'm not right about that.
Inday does that. She does that.
Yes. She does good at it, but I can't do it.
Yeah.
I don't know how she does it. I need to ask that question.
Yeah, because there's sometimes I'll pull up her stream and I'm like, well, it says recorded. I was like, is she live or is she not? Like, I'm like, but you got to be live.
Well, no, you could actually restream it from YouTube and then it would look live. You wouldn't know. So if you're looking at a YouTube stream that was actually playing a video, you could do it that way. Nobody would know.
Got you.
Anyway, they ain't nothing. Anyway, I don't want to. Ain't a whole lot of views going on everywhere like anyway.
Harry Duffy, thanks for subscribing.
Well,
Mr.
I
Harry
would say
Duffy.
more fellas, but got to get ready for tomorrow.
I know, man.
Nice busy morning of trying to get a few things together, a few writing pieces I've got to get done. Yeah, so and like you were saying, Randy, you're saying about starting YouTube and 2 people turning to 4 people turning to 8, things like that. That's kind of how my writing went. Nobody was really looking at my writing, and then I kept building and met people, and then boom, got to a certain point where I'm going to back-to-back Super Bowls, going
Oh,
to this game,
congratulations.
going to that game, getting a connection, going to this place. So yeah.
That's
It's just
great,
that
man.
network community, man. It works out for everybody. You just got to keep the hustle going. If you let it
That
pause, the whole thing stops.
so before you check out, Mike, has it slowed down with like your assignments since they're like primarily virtual now, or have they picked up?
I'll say this about any type of assignments. Honestly, I don't necessarily have assignments that people give me per se.
Okay.
But, I do have people reach out to me. I mean, because I am a freelance writer. So,
Okay.
I mean, I have people reach out to me and say, hey, I got this idea for this. Can you come up with this in a couple of days? Like literally probably, a couple weeks ago, I had somebody approach me about an article on the Titans fan who became the number one fan in the NFL and, got, everything done. And they gave me a timetable to finish that one. But other than that, a lot of times I'm doing articles on sports, but, I've kind of expanded to do things outside of sports during this time period. I will say that has actually happened a lot. So,
Okay. Well,
so
congratulations.
I can do pretty much any writing that anybody can think of, I can come up with, whether it be poetry, short stories, whether it be a feature article on somebody, anything you can think of, I can come up with it and write it, no problem.
Well, when you do your first 100 million, remember to say hello to us little peons. Because you're probably going places. I know you're going to be flying high. At least say hello.
Well, I'm getting ready to work on something else that I haven't tackled before either. But, I kind of don't want to mention that too much because, of course, once I complete it, I got to copyright it.
Yeah.
Well, you can tell by your focus and the way you talk, you're headed right where you need to head.
Yes,
it's
yes,
obvious.
you are.
You've got your game and you've got it all together. So it's obvious. I mean, you can look at you and listen to you and you say, oh, man, I wish I had that passion when I was back.
Yes, yes. I was going to ask you. I was going to ask you about, just before you mention a project that you can't talk about, I was going to ask you, hey, have you thought about, putting something together, whether, long form. But I'll leave it there because I don't want to.
I'll tell you this. I'll give you a little bit of what I'm doing. But
if you say Harry Potter, I'm gonna slap you.
About 6. No, my stories involve relationships and basically people being pushed to their emotional edge and seeing what happens. So that's what a lot of my short stories entail.
Okay.
And a lot of, crazy stuff like, I like, for example, let's say WandaVision. My stories are like WandaVision, but we're going to relationships. Nobody has superpowers, and there's weird different worlds. So just kind of throw that all together. There you go.
Okay.
That's kind of what my writing is. I kind of create a world, a fictional world or a fictional place, or I'll take an actual city and I'll, like, for example, Nashville, and I'll create a whole story of people that know each other from this, that, and the other, and whatever, and did this and did that, and this person didn't know this person.
Are you from Nashville, by the way?
Yeah, I'm from Nashville.
I'm from Hendersonville.
So, born and raised there. How about it?
Yeah, I went to Hendersonville High School, Volunteer State College, Danbury, Knox, Dawes. I'm from Hendersonville, man.
Oh yeah, I know about Vol State and all that.
Yeah, that's where I grew up. I spent more time on Old Hickory Lake than you can imagine.
Yeah, Old Hickory Lake. Yeah, no, well, I'm not gonna mention that because I'll be telling too much of my business if I mention that. But
all right, sorry.
Yeah, definitely born and raised in Nashville. So, this is the hometown. And literally, Ted, something that you probably don't know about anything that I write in terms of my short stories or anything like that, I don't script these things out. I just literally have an idea. I start writing one chapter, and another chapter comes. Literally one I did 15 chapters on, and I have literally no script to go over what I was going to write. It just basically was whatever it was, the next chapter. Yeah.
Did I play or did you play? Oh, there we go.
Really? Okay.
Hey, Mike, can you
so
type a comment real quick so I can make sure I'm following you?
Sure.
Just put a comment so I can click on it and follow you. Oh, gotcha. Mike is a homie. I didn't even know it.
Mm-hmm. It's a small world, man.
I remember Mike's name, but I didn't know. He always put Nashville, but I never knew if he was from Nashville. I'm always following you, Mike. I got you covered. I've been following you for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I remember. I just didn't have the face with the name because the name's too tiny here.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you, the things I talk about is basically just mostly sports pretty much. Now, Ted gets me out of my shell and gets me talking about other stuff. But
he put you in that emotional place.
Ted, I don't know. He ain't got me on the couch or anything like that. But
I mean, I will talk sports, but I like to hear, I like that personal aspect of talking with someone and hearing stories and
oh, man, I just screwed my broadcast up. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
I just dropped my phone on my HDMI cable. Hold on.
But yeah, no, Mike, thanks for taking the time tonight and jumping on. And are you doing the show tomorrow?
No problem, man.
Are you doing the show tomorrow or Sunday?
I don't know. I might jump on. If I do any of those on the weekend and I just jump in and do one, those are like completely random shows that I just like, I feel like talking some sports with somebody. So I'll get on here and invite people and just
let me know.
And literally.
Oh, what happened? My mom lives on 7th Avenue.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Which south or north?
She lives on the north side.
Okay. Cool. I was trying to, because south and north, south would be out by if 7th Avenue South. That could be close to Lipscomb or something like that.
No, she's right in town.
That's a different. Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah.
Because that's why I was asking south or north, because south would be out near Lipscomb and all that stuff, and head towards Green Hills and all that area. So.
God, I haven't heard Lipscomb in that forever, man. Green Hills, Lipscomb, all those basketball, football teams. Growing up in the South, you don't know anything about sports. People slap you sideways.
Funny thing is, Ted, and you'll get a kick out of this. Trent Dilfer is actually coaching football at Lipscomb Academy now.
Really?
Yes, he is. He actually is the head coach at Lipscomb Academy.
Wow.
That whole area is big on the sports. Even, what's funny? Nashville is the only place, I think, that has the private Christian academies that are into sports. The other ones, they don't have that. I went to one. Like David Lipscomb and all these other schools.
I went to a private school that was into sports.
Oh, man. I probably know.
Went to the
which one?
I went to the same school that, let's see. I went to Brentwood Academy.
All right.
I can give you a list of people that actually went to Brentwood Academy. That there's some are actually in the NFL.
I know Brentwood Academy. I used to play basketball on the team for Hendersonville Christian Academy.
Mm-hmm.
When I was younger, so I knew we were out there playing Brentwood. You guys would kick our little butts because we were nobody. Our team was barely anyone.
We were better in football and basketball when I was there, but in terms of better known as football in terms of basketball instead of basketball. But the starting point guard for the Cleveland Cavaliers, Darius Garland, graduated from there. Let's see. You've got the best cornerback in the NFL, Jalen Ramsey. He graduated from there.
Wow.
You've got Derek Barnett, who was a first-round draft pick for the Philadelphia Eagles. He graduated from there. Then let's see, a guy that I played with in high school basketball, David Harrison, he was a first-round draft pick for the Indiana Pacers. He was actually in the Mouse and the Palace too. He actually, I
that's
actually
fantastic.
played
Well, Brentwood
basketball with
Academy has
him.
been pumping out good people for many years, man.
That's
Wow.
true. That's true.
Yeah, when you were
And
young, if
and I
you
got another
said you
one.
came out of Brentwood, you got a golden card. You got ahead of everybody in line when it came to jobs and opportunities. So you got
Oh
lucky on that
man,
deal.
look. Honestly, I don't even go back out to that school. I haven't been back out there it's been a good little amount of years, and I don't plan on going back.
Yeah, but still, it was a golden opportunity. It's part of your history, and everybody knows that place if you're from the Nashville area. So, oh, I went to Brentwood. Oh, what's up, bro? It's like, put you right there.
Wow.
I hear you there, but I don't really associate as much with the school anymore, just to be honest.
Your parents was well-to-do. It's high dollar to go to Brentwood.
No, my parents
How did you
were
get
not
in?
well-to-do.
How did it happen?
My dad was working an extra job to make sure I was
Keep you in there. Okay.
That's how I got there.
Because Brentwood was a high dollar one. That's why I had to go to the cheaper one. Pop said he ain't paying that.
Well, that would have been a serious ride across town anyway. That'd have been a good. Yeah, I don't know how long. It'd been like an hour, and
But we had cousins over there, so I could shatter it out during the week.
Ah,
yeah, that's true.
That's cool.
True. But yeah, and another guy I played with, he was the starting center the last time the Packers won the Super Bowl, Scott Wells. I
thought Scott Wells was from good pasture.
Nope. Scott Wells.
He was from Brentwood too, huh?
Scott Wells was from Brentwood Academy, went to UT, started center all 4 years he played. Drafted by the Green Bay Packers, 7th round, and made the team and played the NFL 10 years. Yep.
Wow.
Good stuff. So, yep.
I'm just glad we were able to connect so that you guys can discuss your roots. Those beautiful
couple minutes from each other. It's funny, isn't it?
Ain't it?
We're just a bit away from each other, and I remember playing his school. Yeah, it's funny, huh?
That's crazy. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. So, Mike, if you're on tomorrow, let me know. I'll definitely jump in. Hey, I do enjoy Brian's show. I like Brian's show, and I like your show. Because you guys are like 1, 2, 3. Boom, boom, boom. This is what we're talking about, and that's it. Okay, we're out.
Well, it's only because I script it. Because I have if I didn't script it, I'd be all over the place.
Okay.
Believe me, you did not want to see that, me all over the place, because it could go from left to right and back left again really quickly. So, yeah.
I mean, like
I script it out, so I have my points together and stay on target.
I will say this much: when you're on your show and Brian is on his show, thank you for answering my questions.
Oh yeah, of course. I try to make sure that happens.
Ted, Mike, I've got to run. I've got 3 messages. Somebody's waiting on me.
Thank you, Randy.
What's up, my hometown friend? Good to touch base and talk to you face to face. And
thanks
Ted,
so much for taking the time out.
Great gentleman. It's great to be here. And it was a pleasure and an honor to be with both of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It takes me a while to shut down.
Yeah, Mike, I just like the fact that you guys, I won't hold you up too much longer. I just like the fact that, like, Brian's show today was 20 minutes, like 22 minutes. I was like, really? I was like, I was just getting ready to, I was starting to enjoy it.
Yeah, Brian plays no games. He gets in there, he has his points, he answers questions, says thank you for anyone that gives him anything towards, or donates anything, and he's out.
Yeah. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I mean, like I said, you, Danny, Brian, y'all are good. Y'all are good. I enjoy your shows, and I said this. I probably shouldn't say this on this broadcast, but I said to Danny, move the Beyond the Buzzer over here.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to say yes or no because I don't want to implicate you. I'll deal with Bobby. But I told him, I said, yo, move your show, you and Kyle, move over here, And that way you give Bobby the feed. Just give him, hey, here's the URL, you take it, or you give me the RTMP feed, I'll put it in, and that's that. And
now you're talking in like way in crazy terms. I have no understanding.
Oh, okay. I just told him you don't have to broadcast your show there when you have full access here. You know, and I'm like, and it's more interactive over here.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've never been on a platform where so many people are just chiming in. So
now, a question I have for you is this.
Mm-hmm.
Question I have for you is, since you are the tech guy, I'm going to ask, have you heard of anybody taking these podcasts or these broadcasts, and taking them over to Anchor or doing anything like that?
I take these podcasts. I take these streams. I strip the audio and I drop them right into Spreaker. And then I have my Spreaker configured that it shares to, 7 or 8 different channels.
Huh. I've got to figure out how to do that because I may take all my shows that I've done, and kind of put them over into Anchor or anything of that nature.
Because every show I do, I make it also an audio podcast because the audio podcasts are small, and I'll send you a link to the software I use. It's free. You download it, and you can download all your shows in the studio. You take it, you drop it in there. It splits the audio for you.
I know. I definitely.
It's so quick. It takes maybe 20 seconds. You take it, you do it, you upload it, you tag it. That might take another 5 minutes, and boom. And that's exactly what I do. With basically all the shows that I've aired here.
Might have to try to work that out and see what I can do, because definitely with because I know sometimes people can't watch it visually all the time, so I know audio version would definitely.
But they can listen. They can listen to it. When you make it a podcast and people are subscribing to it, boom, it shows right up in their feed.
That's true.
So I'll send you the link through a Twitter DM, and it's just the app is VLC, Video LAN Connection.
Okay.
And it's free. And you just, it's so crazy that I tell you, Mike, you'll be like, that's it? It's as simple as that. And then you could save it to Anchor or iHeart or whatever.
Okay.
All right.
Try that out. See what happens. But I got to get out of here, man.
All right, man. I'll talk to you later. Thanks again.
Yes, sir.